Assalamualaikum, hello friend. So we here from the group of 7 natural feed cultivation course will tell you about how to culture the Dunaliella Salina mikroalga. Before that, let's get acquainted with the members of group 7. The first is Yessy, Reta, Ivel, Muhlis, Sari, and Puput. In Dunaliella Salina mikroalga culture, we need tools and materials such as glass jars, volume pipette, aerator set, microscope, dropper pipette, hand trolley counter, autoclave, pH meters, thermometers, cotton wool, hemositometers, refractometers, water funnel, gauze, and aluminium foil. Okay, next we must to know how to work step for isolation and Kultur Dunaliella Salina. First, seawater sterilization is first filtered using cotton, which is placed in a water funnel, then sterilized by giving 60 ppm of chlorine and aerated for 24 hours. Then natrium triosulfate 20 ppm is given to remove residual chlorine. Next step, wash the utensil thoroughly, then rinse them with fresh water. Let clean equipment in soaked in 150,000 ppm chlorine solution for 24 hours. After that, the equipment is dried in the sun. Small equipment made of heat-resistant glass, which will be used for culture, is sterilized using an autoclave at temperature of 121 derajat Celsius for 15 minutes, covered with cotton and gauze, then wrapped in aluminium foil. Third, entering Dunaliella Salina seed into a glass jar with a salinity of 30 ppt as much as 0.5 liters, and then the culture media is placed on the culture rack, then aerated and ready to put Dunaliella Salina seed with the desired density. Next, calculate the density of Dunaliella Salina using a hemositometer, and to facilitate the calculation, use a hand counter. Okay, last step, measuring the equality of culture water by measure temperature using a thermometer, measuring pH using pH paper, and measuring salinity using a refractometer. Okay, the last I will explain about critical success of isolation. Factor affect the growth of Dunaliella Salina phytoplankton growth is strongly influenced by environmental, physical, and chemical factors. Directly or indirectly, this aspect will affect the life of phytoplankton. According to Wulandari, physical factors that affect phytoplankton growth include temperature and brightness or light, while chemical factors are pH, salinity, and nutrient requirement. Temperature. The optimal temperature for the growth of Dunaliella Salina is between 10 derajat Celsius until 30 derajat Celsius. Based on the research of Isal and Laili, a high temperature increase in Dunaliella Salina culture namely 35 derajat Celsius, can have a good impact on increase the carotenoid content, namely beta-carotene, but has a negative impact on the decreased chlorophyll content. Next, light. The optimal temperature of the growth of Dunaliella Salina is between 10 derajat Celsius until 30 derajat Celsius. Based on the research of Pisal and Lele, a high light increase in Dunaliella Salina culture, namely 35 derajat Celsius, can have a good impact on increase the carotene content, namely beta-carotene, but has a negative impact on the decreased chlorophyll content. The next, pH. According to Isnan Setio and Kurniastuti, Dunaliella Salina can tolerate pH condition in water between 9 until 10, suggests that pH 9 is the optimal condition for producing beta-carotene in Dunaliella Salina. The next, nutritional need. According to Pisal and Lele, nitrogen is one of the main requirements in the growth medium of Dunaliella Salina. Low nitrogen content can cause stress caused by lack of nutrients, so as to balance the physiological condition of Dunaliella Salina, produce and increase the content of beta-carotene, which function to protect cell in stressful conditions so that it can maintain its growth. And the last factor is salinity. The optimal salinity to support the growth of Dunaliella Salina is 18 until 22 ppt. Phosphate and sulfate are essential for the formation of protein and potassium. I think enough information from us, and last I say thank you.